Okay, these are steps to draw your air measurement air skimmer. All the plans are on my web page under Measurement Lab Skimmer, and so you can refer to those for the measurements and documents. So first I'm going to draw all the parts. You're going to need a main body panel, 2 fins, and an air scoop. And then I'll show you how to cut it apart and assemble it. Okay, so the first part on your middle envelope, you need to draw a parallel line to the edge of the paper. And the first line goes down 1/2 inch. So what I'm going to do is put a dot at 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to move somewhere else on the paper, measuring from that same edge, and put another dot at 1/2 inch. The reason I'm doing that is because now I will have, if I connect the dots, I will have a parallel line from the edge of the paper to this line. Now this line is 11 inches long, so I'm going to put my ruler at 0 on the one left edge of the paper. I'm going to draw out to 11. And you should have a little bit of extra space. I have a different size paper, but you should have about 1/2 inch left here. If you go down, the next line down from that line is 3 inches away. And then there's another one that's 1/2 inch away. So again, I'm going to put 2 reference points, 3.5, and I'm going to draw those lines 11 inches. Actually goes right to the edge of the paper. Okay, now from the left edge we're going to go in 3 inches. I'm going to put a mark, and again I'm going to put another one from the left edge 3 inches in, and this is going to be the back part of your car, and this will go all the way across. Okay, so this is the main body. Okay, now to do the fins, we're going to put 1 fin in the left corner and 1 in the right corner. The fins are 3 inches tall, and the air scoop is also 3 inches tall. So what I'm going to do is draw what's called a construction line. So I'm going to put a dot at 3 inches from the bottom of the paper, and another one at 3 inches from the bottom of the paper, again to get the reference so it's parallel. And what I'm going to do is, you can draw this line very light. I'm going to use a pencil for this. And what that's going to do is, that's going to be, it's not part of our project, but it's going to be a line that we can use to reference our other points. Now everything's 3 inches up, so I'll have a fin that's 3 inches, another fin that's 3 inches, and an air scoop that's 3 inches, so I don't have to remeasure that. So with that line drawn then, on both sides we're going to draw our fin. I'm going to go over 1/2 inch, because the tab goes 1/2 inch. I'm just going to darken that construction line in. On the bottom of the paper, I'm going to go over to 3 inches, put a dot, and I'm going to go also another point at 3 inches. So over 2 dots, 3 inches from the left side. And from the bottom, I'm just going to line those up, and I'm going to draw up 1/2 inch up the bottom. That dot doesn't have anything to do with it, it's just a reference point, so we're not going to use that. But now I have 1/2 inch up, 1/2 inch over, it's 3 inches by 3 inches, and then you just connect your endpoints. We're going to do the same on the other side. So I'm going to come over 3, put a dot, I have another dot at 3, you can go up and line those up, go up 1/2 inch, and then along my construction line we're going to go in 1/2 inch, and then we're going to connect the points. Okay, so this is a fin and a fin. Now to make the air scoop in the middle, you notice that it flares out, and the inside of it is a 3 inch by 3 inch square. We already have our height dimensioned here, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick a point. So on the bottom, from the left edge over to the bottom, I'm going to put a dot at 4, and I'm going to put a dot at 7. 7 minus 4 is 3, that gives me a 3 inch spacing between the 2 dots. And again, along that dot, the construction line on top, I'm going to put a dot at 4 and 7. And the reason I picked those is because we're 1 inch away from here, so I have enough room for that, and it kind of gets us in the middle of this. And all I'm going to do then is I'm going to connect the dots, straight up and down, and I'm going to darken in the construction line. now I got the middle of my air scoop. Now the only thing is I have to put the edges out. So on that top construction line, we're going to go out 1/8 of an inch. So I'm just going to extend that line out 1/8 on both sides. Okay, so it just comes out a little bit. And then on the bottom, I have to go out 3/8. So we'll put a dot at 3/8, and dot at 3/8, and then you just connect those points. This is the air scoop. Now these are all drawn. At this point, you can go ahead and color everything in. The fins are going to be seen. The air scoop's underneath the car, so that's not going to be seen. And the main body panel, all this center part here, this 3" by 11" space, that's going to be the top of your car. And these 1/2" flaps get folded over. So you can color it in, design it, make it look however you want to make it look.